there's no party lately where you, for example, that there's not a Duffy song being played. So definitely,
Nice,
yeah.
I'm in the party vibe. I'm with you.
What, totally, it's like girls love that. I'm also spinning, and that's one of the records you just play, and girls are dancing. So it's the best thing ever.
Oh,
But Sirius
good times.
definitely stands out.
This guy's got technique.
I'm working on it. Thank you. No, thank you for embarrassing me like in front of everyone else. But seriously, I really felt like it really seemed to be more like an imagery that people really believe that it's all music because of all the graphics and all the looks that it is. How would you describe that? Is it really just like music that has been reactivated, or is it just like simply the way that you just love to express yourself?
It's a tricky one, you know, because of course there are elements in the sonics that I use that are nostalgic. I didn't use contemporary programming or synthesizers and stuff. So it does lend itself to an era that was before today. But still I exist today, and I made that record in a contemporary time. So it's hard for me to feel retro or nostalgic when I am very much in this moment, you know? And I talk a lot about this with a few fellow musicians, and Bernard Butler being one of them, you know, because I just couldn't understand when the record was released why I suddenly was something else. I was suddenly Dusty Springfield. I was suddenly a 60s singer, and I didn't understand it. I felt as though I had these labels on me that I didn't want or I didn't ask for. And so he kind of sat me down and said, you know, he remembers when Suede came out, and they had references to David Bowie and all these different eras. But when you listen to Suede now, you know, 15 years later or 10 years later, it very much sounds like an 80s, 90s band, you know. But at that time, they struggled with their identity. And I think when you first introduce yourself, I think that's quite natural as a performer.
Right. So at least we learn a bit more about you. But then again, we just need probably some more years with you so that we have so much more, because like obviously you're doing a great job avoiding gossip and also to impress people, because I heard that you've been very totally overbooked. A lot of people just would like to have you just like for private concerts and all of these kind of stories. That's what I heard about you. So you must be pretty much happy about your life, how it is right now.
I am happy, but I think we're all searching for happiness, and I think when you find it, it's a bit boring. So you always want a little bit more, don't you? You know, I always want to write a better song, or I always want to see something else. I think my grandmother used to say, when you stop needing or wanting, you stop wanting to live, you know, and so I don't think I'll ever be complete, greedy cow that I am. And so onwards and upwards, please.
I'm leaving you for the last time, baby. You think you're loving, but you don't love me. And I've been confused out of my mind lately. You think you're loving, but you don't love me. I want to be free, baby, you hurt me. When I get to Warwick Avenue, meet me by the entrance of the tube. We can talk things over, little time. But promise me you won't step out of line. When I get to Warwick Avenue, please draw the best and be true. Don't think we're okay just because I leave. You hurt me bad, but I won't shed a tear. I am leaving you for the last time, baby. You think you're loving, but you don't love me. And I've been confused out of my life. You think you're loving, but I want to be free. Baby, you hurt me. When I get to Warwick Avenue, we'll spend an hour, but no more. baby, you were me. All the days spent together, I wish for better, but I didn't want to drain the love. Now it's divided. I'm broken hearted. Seems like we never started. All those days spent together, when I wish for better, and I didn't want the train to You think you're loving, but you don't love me. I want to be free, baby, you burn me. You don't love me. I want to be free, baby, you burn me. Thank you. Vielen Dank.
This town is colder now. I think it's sick of us. It's time to make a move. I'm shaking off the rust. I've got my heart set on anywhere but here. I'm staring down myself. I'm counting up the years. Steady hands, just take the wheel. Every glance is killing me. Time to make one last appeal for the life I live. Stop and stare. Think I'm moving, but I go nowhere. And yeah, I know that everyone gets scared, but I'll become what I can be. Oh, stop and stare. Stop to wonder why you're here, not there. And you get everything to think what's fair. If they're what you really need. Oh, can you see what I see? Oh, yeah. Trying to come back. All my senses pushing tighter weight bags. I never thought I could. Steady feet don't fail me now. I'ma run till you can't walk. Something pulls my focus out, and I'm standing down. Stop and stare. I think I'm moving. you see what I see?
What kind of band are you guys? Is everything like focused on Ryan, or is it really like a democratic type of a band?
Collectively, it's us. You know, we definitely rely on him for the lyrics and the vocals. You know, and we put all our trust in that. Other than that, it's you know, all of us collectively coming together to form One Republic. You know, musically. With that being said, you know, Ryan being the producer songwriter, we do tend to lean more, you know, a little bit towards him, you know, his expertise in that, you know. So
With Dreaming Out Loud and this massive hit of yours, like really everybody knows like Apologize, and I don't even know anyone who wouldn't like that song. So is it kind of like sad for you that actually everything is focused on this particular song, or do you feel like people still give you a chance in order just to like discover the rest of the record?
Well, it's funny because Apologize was a smash, and it was a big song, but like, you know, 3 or 4 months later, Stop and Stare hit #1 everywhere as well, and it had nothing to do with Timbaland. So, and actually it's not the case, because in a lot of countries we go to and they call us the Stop and Stare band. They don't even talk about Apologize. Like we just got back from Asia, and the whole of Asia, Stop and Stare was bigger than Apologize was, like way bigger. You know, the important thing is to get, all you can do is have more hits. And, you know, this album, you know, we've put out 3 songs. The first 2 are very successful. The third is still doing its thing. We're going to probably put out another at least 1 or 2 songs. We've gotten lucky in that way, where the right film has come along. And these days it's so difficult to make it on any level that you almost have to have things like that, like film or TV. If you don't, or internet, if you don't have one of those 3 really pushing you, it's almost impossible. Like you have to have some kind of, you know, catalyst for it.
I'm holding on the rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. And I'm hearing what you say, but I just can't make a sound. No. You tell me that you need me, then you go and cut me down. But wait, you tell me that you're sorry, didn't think I'd turn around. You say that it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Oh yeah. Take another chance, take a